Want to be more patriotic? Pay more taxes. Treasury Secretary Jack Lew saying U.S. companies need to stop moving overseas to flee higher corporate taxes because it's the patriotic thing to do. Oh, Gary K., how about lowering those taxes instead?
Look, very simple. People, businesses, and capital will flow to where they're treated best. It's why people and businesses and capital have left California to go to places like Texas. I have a message for Jack Lew. Instead of whining and complaining about what businesses are doing, and rightfully so doing, how about setting the conditions that we can be competitive with countries like Ireland? That's a 12.5% tax rate where we're 35%.
Hey, Gary K., how long are you going to wait for him to reply to your message?
How deep is the ocean?
Yeah. Sandra, I mean, it's just kind of nuts. And when I first heard the story, my first thought was, I wonder if Jack Lew has an accountant. And if he does have an accountant, I wonder if he says, hey, try to get me a lower rate if you can.
Yeah, and you know, this isn't just Jack Lew and a problem at the federal level. This is at the state level as well. A lot of states are having a problem, and city level, chasing companies out based on those higher state and city taxes. Hey, listen, the combined corporate and state income tax rate right now is more like 40%. And we often hear the big oil companies demonized for all those billions of dollars that they make. Well, guess what? The more you make in this country, the more you're punished. ExxonMobil paid $31 billion in corporate income taxes last year. These are companies that could arguably be hiring more, spreading out more, growing more right here in this country. And that income is reported here in the United States. But yet we do everything that we can to chase these companies out of the United States.
You know, what's interesting, Adam, is that, you know, someone like a Jack Lew will actually admit that we have the highest corporate tax rates in the world, but still feign this sort of outrage that someone would try, or these businesses would actually try to escape those tax rates.
It's not outrage at all. In fact, I would argue that you're not listening to Jack Lew. You're changing the subject, Charles. So I'm proud to say that Fortune magazine has a cover story out, I didn't write it, about inversion, which is what these companies are doing. Sure. They're basically tax cheats, Charles. They're here. They're enjoying the benefits of being in the United States, but they're trying to declare themselves foreign.
Let me make my point.
Charlie, let Charlie get in.
You know what's most sad? You know what's most sad about
taxes,
this?
But they should pay their taxes.
Adam, I love you, but what's most sad about this, about your statements and Jack Lew's statements, is that you have no understanding of fiduciary responsibility. If you're a company, you have a fiduciary responsibility. And you would think that at least Jack Lew would know this because he spent some time on Wall Street. He is a Treasury Secretary. You know it is. You have a responsibility to lower the cost for of capital to your shareholders. It's a law. It's part of the law. So, that's why people are going overseas.
Having said
our
that,
tax
Adam,
rate is higher.
Adam, having said that, is a real argument here about the structure of capitalism. In other words, do corporations owe more to Main Street than they do to their shareholders?
They need to pay taxes to account for the benefits. For the benefits that they enjoy as citizens.
Adam,
I mean,
how about the legal responsibility? You're misinterpreting this, and you're politicizing it. They have a legal responsibility to seek the lowest cost of capital. You know that's true. It's called fiduciary responsibility.
But
for them not to go overseas would be to violate the law.
Adam, I'm sorry, Gary K., let me just ask. I want to bring you in on this, Gary K., because, you know, here's the thing. We keep hearing about the fact that we drive on these roads and these corporations use and their benefit. You know, how the money the government gets from the very beginning is generated by these same companies. To Sandra Smith's point, ExxonMobil pays a whole lot of people a whole lot of money, and that money goes into the tax system, and that's how the roads are built. That's how we pay the Army. That's how we have this free society, if you want to go full circle with it, Gary.
Look, for me, the system works fine, and Adam, inversions are legal. Simple as that. Don't call them tax cheats. There is a statute that says it's okay and well and good. And the bottom line is, this is about companies, as Charlie said, this is about a fiduciary responsibility. They owe it to their shareholders to get the biggest profit as possible. There is nothing wrong with it, and it benefits everything else down the pipe.
They don't owe it. They don't owe it.
I don't know. You don't have to argue that. Well, that might be a different argument, because I know there's some conscious capitalist companies out there that don't believe that. But Sandra, you make the point. At the end of the day, This should really, if they want to fix this, lower the tax rate.
Guess what? This isn't just about, as much as I agree with Charlie, it's not just about fiduciary responsibility. It's about remaining competitive globally. Japan lowered its corporate tax rate last year. That's when we became the highest corporate tax rate in the world. We have to remain competitive. And right now, with our corporate tax rates at where they are today, it makes it even harder for us to compete.
All right, we'll leave it there, guys. Great points made. Hey, what if I told you the government wants to give incentives to people buying healthy foods when they're on the dole, but shouldn't it try to give them incentives for getting off the dole?